Don't you hate it when you're working on your 914 and your nail falls off? Today I'm going to Bruce's shop. We got everybody in the car and I'm planning on picking up a bumper if we can find it, and an engine grill, and oh wait, I got a call coming in. Oh, this is Bruce now. Hi Bruce.
Hi. I have some good news and not quite as good news.
Okay.
I found your bumper. It's
Yes.
at the shop.
Okay, I'm excited. Awesome. Can we pick you up any donuts or anything?
If you can find a chocolate-covered custard-filled donut.
Okay. So, we are going to Bruce's, getting the bumper, which has been found. I hope I got the right one.
You did.
Yeah?
He eats everything.
Yes.
No, I don't.
You couldn't get him a donut he wanted me.
Yeah, you could, but this looks good.
I'm glad.
I think, yep, custard.
Custard? Give us the review. How's it taste? Look at that.
Now that it's mostly pressed out, I'm just going in with a hammer and getting out some of the just like pretty small ones that you could only get with a hammer. And I'm just kind of stretching the metal a little bit, getting it to where it needs to be.
So we went to Bruce Stone's and we got the bumper, and I was hammering it out for like 2 days and we realized it probably just wasn't gonna work. So we went back and I got a super, super nice one. So this one has considerably less and only a couple major ones. And I'm gonna press them out on our shop press here, and it should be straightened out by the end of today. Now that I have the bumper relatively flat, I'm gonna weld in these bumper holes and then sandblast. Why there's cardboard all over this and why our bumper's like halfway out. It's because it doesn't quite fit in the sandblaster, but we're making it work and it'll be great. Let's fire it up. Nope, it's not connected. I'll connect it and then we're firing it up. And then we're gonna hang the bumper in the oven and on the C-stand. And these lights are kind of like the restaurant ones, but like hotter, and they heat up the bumper on both sides, so whatever doesn't fit in the oven will still get heated up by these lamps. So this is our setup. So these are paint booth lights, and these should get up to about 400 degrees, and we have them wired up to about 4 different circuits, so all the breakers should be good. And
These are what's gonna help so whatever of the bumper can fit into the oven will fit in the oven, and then the part that sticks out will still get heated up by these lamps. So that's the setup. Let's get powder coating. This setup is crazy, but it's working. You can see it starting to like turn into actual powder coated stuff rather than just the powder. Wicked. Now that the bumper is successfully powder coated white, it's time to actually put this whole shebang on the car. First up, 914 rubber bumper top. Now that they're all screwed on, it's doggy time, and these are from 914 rubber. I'm going to put these on and then bolt it in on the car itself. The white looks so good. Oh my gosh, from the covers to the bumpers to the rims here, I think I made a good choice. The bright work is gonna look epic with the whole thing put together. Heck yeah. Next up is gonna be the valences and the grill covers. These are the 914 rubber plastic ones that have been chrome finished. So these look really, really good, but they're not white and they're gonna need to be white to be on my car, so it's probably a little bit sacrilegious, but they're going white. Okay, I got these grills white, and I painted the screws a little bit too, but now I'm screwing them in with some speed clips. So far it's looking really good. I want to see what this whole bumper looks like with the fog light grills in as well. So I just screwed them in, I painted them white, screwed them in, and they look really good. Safe to say, this was a good choice.
We made some plugs to plug up some of these holes on the back bumper, and I'm going to be tacking them in and then welding them shut, so hopefully it goes well. I have heard that welding can warp it, so we were kind of at a lower heat. A little bit, just kept it in one place, some quick tacks, and honestly this turned out great. I'm looking at it, it looks pretty good, and once we flatten it all out, it should look perfect. These are the backdating support brackets that Bruce fabricated, and they just get welded on, so I'm going to try these out, but I need to make sure I get the holes in the right place, so I put some paint on the bumper and I put the studs through, and I'm going to make sure
Once it gets on, the paint should be left and I'll be able to drill the holes. Pretty much right there. Okay. Looks good. So I'm pretty sure where I saw it fit best was like right about here. And
what is up? It is finally time to put on this back bumper. So I powder coated it white. I cleared it. This guy is from Bruce Stone. And we have the little dog bones from 914 Rubber, in addition to 914 Rubber's bumper top. So let's get into that first. When I was prepping for this project, I was trying to make sure I had everything out, and I was looking all over for these guys. And I was like, where are they? Where are they? Oh my gosh, they're not here. Guys, it was a bit of a chunk of time. This was taped to the bumper top, and this has all the hardware that attaches the bumper top to the bumper itself. So, while we're at it, why don't we just do that now? So, if you're looking at this bumper top, you'll notice that there's one threaded bolt, embedded bolt, inside the middle of this. But there's no hole in the middle of the bumper. So, what I learned is that on the early bumpers, because I'm backdating this, they had a tab on the rear, and this is where that bolt goes, and it basically holds it up. It's just like it just holds up the bumper top. I welded this on. I don't know if the measurements are gonna line up. So we're gonna be testing that too. I just went off of measurements that I saw on 914 World. So we'll test it out. Hopefully it lines up, but that's what this is for. That's what this little tab doohickey is here for. So 914 Rubber has the little rubber protector spacer pieces, and then a washer, and then a nut. Alright, so next up is making sure that all four of these little bolt holes have studs in them, and that'll help us line up the bumper and then also have it mounted on the car. .914 Rubber dog bones going on. Okay, bumper going on. This one's much heavier than the front. Okay, so it's like lined up now, but I can't bend the bumper down. Alrighty, so I was looking at this upon putting it on, and I was like, it's kind of making a little bit of a rainbow in this middle piece. But I think, and I was like, do I need to cut anything? Does anything need to get cut? And then I called my dad in, I was like, hey, I need another perspective, and then we started to fight. Anyways, so looking at this now, we got it on in a way that makes it less noticeable, and I think once you tighten it on, it kind of goes up a little bit, so it makes that rainbow a little bit less obvious. But also, I think it's just part of these cars. It's not super obvious. You wouldn't really notice it unless you were the one putting on the bumper. So I'm gonna screw it on. If it really looks messed up, then maybe I'll have to take extra steps. But sometimes these things fix themselves. So let's see. So for this tab right here, when we went to Bruce's, we went to Bruce's shop and we were picking up the bumper, and we don't have this tab. This is an early car only tab, and this is a late, backdating the bumpers once again. And so we had to custom make this tab based on measurements that we took off of one of Bruce's cars and like its location. So we were kind of guessing a little bit, and we got pretty darn close. We got really close. We got it right on the mark. So we wanted to make sure it looked right, but we were also concerned that maybe we messed it up as well. So, where are my nuts? Okay, these little brackets right here, these are for extra support, but we welded these on as per Bruce's suggestions. Remember, These are the ones that people tend to not forget, based on what I was seeing on 914 World and on YouTube. But the front ones, there are ones on the front. Check out my episode on the front. But these brackets back here are the ones that Bruce makes, and they add extra stability for the back bumper. Because really, this is held on by like 4 studs. Come on. The rubber has kind of a big radius, so it's kind of rubbing on this piece right here. I may have cheated a little bit, but I grinded these 2 guys down so that way I didn't have to grind this guy down, so that way they fit properly. Gotta do what you gotta do. Don't you hate it when you're working on your 914 and your nail and your nail falls off? And I'm sure that helped with the rainbow thing too. Alright, this guy is on the car. I know these wires actually go through here and there's like 2 little lights that go on here. That's what those are for. I know that. But honestly, fits pretty good. Looks pretty good. Might need to do some adjustments, but looks like a 914 if I've ever seen one. Oh yeah, and upon screwing it on, things did end up working out. I think when you have to push it down to get this nut onto the stud, it ends up kind of removing that little rainbow effect, and it turned out pretty good. So, 914 rubber bumper top, Bruce Stone for the actual bumper itself, and I also have the 914 rubber dog bones in here. So, how are you guys feeling about the white? I think the white bumpers look sick. So good. Oh my gosh. Can't believe I lost a nail though. It's okay.